everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to use an AI agent to automate job interview questions. So I am an owner of a recruitment agency and I manage a lot of interviews and its screenings, and manually taking out all the questions for different job positions that my candidate apply is very time consuming. So for this, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect. So how this AI agent is going to work, that I have created a form with the help of Google Forms, with the help of which the candidates can apply for the job position that I have in my business. Over here, as soon as by the candidate, a new form submission is going to be done, and in the form submission, they are going to select the role, the job title. Automatically, according to the role and title, an AI agent is going to generate questions, okay? I have selected 5 number of questions, so AI agent is going to generate 5 questions. And as soon as the AI agent is going to generate the questions, automatically an email is going to be drafted in my Gmail account, in which all the 5 questions are going to be added with the job detail, as well as it is going to be personalized for my candidate. So now, if you want to learn how you can create this AI agent for yourself, for your business, then let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to use AI agents to automate job interview questions with Pabbly. So as an owner of a recruitment agency, I handle multiple job applications daily and need an efficient way to streamline initial interview screening. I use Google Forms to collect the job applications from candidates, gathering their essential details. Once a candidate submits the form, automatically an AI agent is going to generate relevant interview questions based on their profile. This ensures the questions are personalized and aligned with the job role. And finally, an email is going to be drafted in my Gmail account with the questions, as you can see right over here. This AI agent helps me save time, personalize the interview process, and ensure consistency in candidate evaluations. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect/INR/. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select this Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as AI agents to automate job interview questions. Okay, so this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. And for the folder, from the left side of my panel, you can see I've created these many folders in my Pabbly Connect account. And from these folders, I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. So as you're going to click on the drop down, these are the folders from which I'm going to select AI agents as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of AI agents to automate job interview questions, and you can see that there are 2 windows in front of you. One is the trigger window, other is the action window. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these 2 principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Forms. As with the help of Google Forms, I have created a job application form with the help of which I collect my candidates' details and the position that they are applying for, okay? I want that as soon as by the candidate a new form submission is going to be done using Google Forms, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of that. That is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as Google Forms, and the trigger event is going to be new response received. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. Then open the form that you want to connect to Pabbly Connect that you have created using Google Forms. So this is the form. To connect this form, go to responses right here. After coming to responses, click on this link to sheets button right here. It is asking for us to select the destination for responses, the destination where all the responses are going to be recorded. In order to record, we are going to either create a new spreadsheet or select the existing one. I'm going to create a new one and I'm going to click on this create button in order to do that. As I've done that, you can see over here the spreadsheet has now been successfully created. And now as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by the candidate using this Google Forms, automatically the record of the form submission is going to be created in this spreadsheet under these headers right here. So simply we're going to connect this spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. In order to do that, from the panel go to extensions and go to add-ons and click on this get add-ons button right over here. As you're going to do that, this window is going to appear in front of you, on which on the search bar we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Okay, as you're going to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks, it is going to appear in front of you. And you can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks, please do install it, because of this webhook, we can build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so as I've already installed, I'm going to go back, and after installing, we have to refresh our spreadsheet. Okay. After refreshing the spreadsheet, what we are going to do is we're going to go back to extensions, and now you can see an option Pabbly Connect Webhooks after installing. Okay. As we're going to have this option, we have to click on this initial setup under this option right over here. As we're going to do that, this initial setup dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the webhook URL and for us to select the trigger column. For the webhook URL field, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And for the trigger column, it says the trigger column will be your final data column, on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So in this spreadsheet, my trigger column is going to be column F, because as soon as the final data is going to be added in this final column, automatically the entire row's data is going to be sent towards the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. That is why for my trigger column over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as column F. And then I'm going to click on this submit button right over here. It says setup configured successfully. Now go back. Now the steps I'm going to tell you right now are very important, so please do not forget to follow them. Go back to extensions and Pabbly Connect Webhooks and now click on the send on event option right over here. With the help of this amazing feature, whenever the new data is going to be recorded in the spreadsheet is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so that is why it is very important to click on send on event. If I'm going to go back to extensions, you can see a tick mark is in front of it. That means now this feature is working. Okay, so as the connection between the spreadsheet and Pabbly Connect is successfully done, now what is going to happen that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by the candidates using Google Forms, automatically the record of that is going to be created in the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect. So now to test this process, I am going to do the test submission of this form right over here. And after doing the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the form submission being done or not. Okay, so now in order to do the test submission, I'm going to click on this send button right over here. Go to this option. This is the link of the form. I'm going to copy it from here and open it in a new tab right over here. As I've done that, this is the job application form, and now let us apply for the job position, a test submission. Firstly, it is asking for the first name of the candidate. For the first name over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as Aditi. For the last name over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it as Sharma. Okay, email over here is going to be aditisharma@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number right over here. And then it is asking for the job position. I'm going to select over here as HR coordinator. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this submit button right here. It says your response has been recorded. As the test submission is done, I'm going to open my spreadsheet. You can see the record of that test submission has been captured over here in our spreadsheet. As now we have the data in our spreadsheet, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. Yes, Pabbly Connect has also captured the response of the form submission. Let us tally the response. Over here, if you can see that over here, this is the spreadsheet name. You can see right over here, date and time of the record being created. If I'm going to scroll down for the phone number, this is the mobile number of the candidate. Last name over here is going to be Sharma. First name is Aditi. Job position applied for is HR coordinator, and for the email is aditisharma@pabblytudes.com. Okay. As the response of the form submission has been captured in our trigger, this means that Google Forms is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. And over here, my objective is that as soon as by the candidate a form submission is going to be done using Google Forms, they're going to apply for a job position specifically. Automatically, according to the job position that they have applied, an AI agent should generate questions according to that, the job interview questions. So now what we're going to do is for that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the AI agent over here, I'm going to select it as OpenAI. I am using my AI agent as OpenAI. If you want, you can also use Google Gemini or other AI platforms for your AI agent. Okay. I've selected my AI agent, that is OpenAI, for my action application, and action event over here is going to be ChatGPT. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A new window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, it is asking for the token. Using this token, we're going to build a connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. In order to generate your own token, you have to click on this hyperlink given here below in the help desk right over here. As you're going to click on the hyperlink, the API keys section of your OpenAI account is going to appear in front of you, and to generate your own token, click on this create new secret key button right here. This dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the key name, project and the permissions. Give the key name over here according to your requirements, select the project and select the permissions as all. As you're going to fill in all the required details, click on this create secret key button right here. The token is going to be generated. Copy it from here and paste the token in this field right over here. I've already made the connection, so I'm going to select the existing connection, and then I'm going to click on the save button right here. It is asking for us to select the AI model. Using this AI model, the AI agent is going to generate the questions for us. For the AI model, I'm going to select as GPT-4o Mini. If you want to select any other AI model, you can select it from the given drop down. Okay. After selecting the AI model, it is asking for the prompt. Prompt is the text with the help of which this AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirement. In the prompt, you have to specify all the details, what you want and what you require and what you do not require as well. For the prompt over here, I am going to write it as... This is my prompt right over here. As an owner of a recruitment agency, I handle multiple job applications daily and need an efficient way to streamline initial interview screening. I use Google Forms to collect job applications from my candidates, gathering essential details like their experience, skills, contact information. Generate 5 very important interview questions for the job position of, this is the job title, based on the key skills, responsibilities and qualifications required. The question should effectively assess the candidate's experience, problem-solving abilities, and role-specific experience. Candidate name, this is the candidate name. Provide only 5 questions in clear and structured format. Do not include any sign like this. Do not add any extra JSON and refer to the example JSON provided to create JSON response. Question 1, question 1, question 2, question 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5, 5. Okay. So firstly, what is this right over here? I want all the question like the question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5 separated from each other. I don't want one single paragraph response. So that is why I am asking for the JSON response right over here. And that is why I've mentioned the example of JSON, how the response should be provided to me. If you also want to copy this JSON response for your prompt over here, you can check out the link of this workflow in the description below, in which you can find this JSON format example right over here, okay, that you can use for yourself, okay. So over here, I want the JSON response, that is I've added this example right here, okay. Now over in the prompt, I have specified all the things I want and I do not require, specified each and everything. I want 5 questions and I do not require all the symbols right here. I have mentioned what kind of questions you can ask, what should be included in the questions, you can see. So in this manner, you have to enter the prompt specifying all the details that this AI agent should generate, okay. Now it is asking for the job title over here. Now for the data of this field, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to select this field, this was the previous step. You can see as I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the job title, and over here we received the job position, and this is the job position that my candidate has applied for. And I want to generate 5 questions according to this job position right over here. So I'm going to select the data of the job title from my previous response. As now I've selected this job title from my previous response, you can see the data is clearly mapped. And as I've mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be replaced in place of this map data, okay? After that, it is asking for the candidate name. I'm going to map the data of the candidate name as well right over here. First name space the last name. Okay. So this is the entire prompt. Now we are going to generate the content. For that, click on this save and send test request button right over here. Okay. After doing that, you can see in the response, you have received the question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4 and question 5 in a JSON separated format. Let us see all the questions. Can you describe your experience with recruitment processes and the methods used to source and attract candidates? Okay, you can see over here, this was the first question. This is the second question you can see right over here. Similarly, in this manner, I've got the third, fourth, and over here we have got the last question, that is the fifth right over here. Okay, so now we have got the questions, the 5 important questions according to the job position that my candidate has selected by our AI agent. So as the questions are now been generated by our AI agent, now what I want is, as we have the questions to this candidate who have sent us this submission right over here, I want to draft an email for this candidate right over here. I want to draft an email in my Gmail account in this similar manner right here. Okay. So now for doing that, for drafting the email, we are going to add another action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Gmail right over here. An action event is going to be create draft right here. Why am I creating a draft? Because if there is any other changes that I want to create in this email right over here, I can simply open the draft, create the changes and simply send this email to my candidate who has applied for the job position. Okay. We can also review the email before sending it to our candidate, which is very important because it is AI generated content and we should always review the AI generated content before sending it to our candidates. Okay. So I'm going to create a draft. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection. After that, click on connect with Gmail right here. A window is going to appear in front of you on which it is asking for me to choose an account. So I'm going to select an account in which I'm going to create the draft. So I'm going to select the account right here. After selecting the account, it is asking for me to give the permission for the account. For that, I'm going to click on this allow button. As this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on this allow button right over here. And as I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Gmail to Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking for the email subject, the subject over the email that I want to give. Now for the email subject over here, I'm going to write it as, this is the email subject, interview questions. For the job title. For the job title, I'm going to map the date of the job title position right here. This is the subject. Recipient email address, I'm going to map the date of the email address right over here. Then it is asking for the CC, BCC and from. For the from, select the email address through which you have to send the email. So this is the email address. I'm going to select it right over here. If you want to select the CC and the BCC, so you can enter the details. I do not require them, so I'm going to skip the part. After that, it is asking for the sender name right over here. For the sender name, I'm going to write my company name, that is Team Innovatech. Okay, so this is the sender's name right over here. Reply to, I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. Now it is asking for the email content type. For the email content type, there are two options, plain and HTML. I am selecting my email content type as HTML. As for this email content body, I'm going to write in the HTML format. Okay, if you want, you can also select it as plain for the simple formatting as well. Okay. After selecting the email content type over here as HTML, for the email content body, this is the main body of the email, I'm going to write over here as, so this is the body you can see right over here. Okay, and now I'm going to enter the details of the body. Firstly, it is asking for the interview question for the job title. For the job title field, I'm going to map the date of the title right over here. This is the title. This is the position. Okay, over here it is asking for the dear candidate name. For the candidate name, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the date of the candidate name, first name space the last name. Okay, it is asking for thank you for applying. For the job title, I'm going to again map the date of the job title that we've received right over here. After that, over here you can see position at Innovatech as a part of hiring process. We would like to answer the following interview questions to help us better understand your skills and experience. Please take your time to provide detailed responses and reply the email by within a week. The interview questions, over here this asking for the first question. For the first question, I'm going to map the date of this question 1. Okay, it is asking for the question 2, so I'm going to map the date of the question 2 right over here. This is the question 3. I'm going to map the date of this question 3 right over here. Okay, this is the question. It is asking for question number 4. For the question number 4 data, I'm going to map the date of the question number 4 that I've received. And it is asking for the question 5. So I'm going to map the date of this question 5 right over here that I've received as well. Okay. We appreciate your time and effort in comparing these questions. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Looking forward to your response. Best regards, Richard Thomas, HR Manager, Innovatech. This is the support email you can see right over here. HTML body, as I've selected the email content type as HTML, okay? After that, it is asking for the signature, which I do not want, so I'm going to skip the part. Next, it is asking for the label ID. So in my Gmail account, I have created a label over here in the name of job questions, okay? And under this label, I am creating all the drafts for the job questions. So what I'm going to do is, for the label over here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select it as job questions right here, okay? After filling in all the required details, I do not want these fields, so I'm going to skip the part. I'm going to simply click on the Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my Gmail over here, this is the label for the job questions you can see right over here. I'm going to refresh this field from here, and as I've done that, you can see a new email has been drafted over here in my Gmail account. The email is for aditi@pabblytudes.com. This is the subject. You can see interview questions for HR coordinator position. Dear Aditi Sharma, thank you for applying for the HR coordinator position in Innova Tech. Okay, you can see these are all the 5 questions that was created by our AI agent, and this email is successfully drafted. You can see right over here. Okay. As now this email is successfully drafted, this means that this AI agent that we have created with Pabbly Connect is now successfully working. So now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I am now going to test this AI agent is fully working or not, okay? And for that, I'm going to do another form submission with the help of Google Forms. And after doing another test submission, I'm going to check whether another email has been drafted in my Gmail account or not, okay? So now let us do another form submission. This is the form, go to send, this is the option, go to this button, copy this link from here, open this link in a new tab right over here. This is the job application form, and now I'm going to do the test submission. It is asking for all these details, which I'm going to fill in right here. So I've filled in all the required details. First name is Mohit, last name is Meena, email is mohitmeena@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number, and the job position applied is for the software developer, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. It says the response has been recorded, okay? So as now the form submission is done, I'm going to open my Gmail over here, and I'm going to wait for a few seconds in order to AI agent to run the process, okay? So after a few seconds, I'm going to refresh this field from here, and automatically you can see a draft has been successfully created over here in my Gmail account for mohitmeena@pabblytudes.com. Interview questions for the software developer position. Dear Mohit Meena, thank you for applying for the software developer position at Innova Tech. Okay, you can see for the interview questions, can you describe a challenging software development project you worked on, the role you played, and the outcome of the project? What programming languages and frameworks are you most proficient in? Can you provide examples of how you've utilized them in previous work? How do you approach debugging and troubleshooting code? Can you share a specific instance where you resolve a specific issue? Okay, so you can see 5 questions regarding this job position has been generated by our AI agent. Automatically, that AI agent has also created a draft in our Gmail account for that candidate. Okay. So as you can see, the draft is successfully created. This means this AI agent that we have created with Pabbly Connect is now successfully working. So now to sum till now what we have done, my trigger is Google Forms new response received. As by the candidate, a form submission is going to be done using Google Forms. Automatically, the trigger over here is going to capture the response of that. In this, we have received the job title and the candidate's details. Using the details, the AI agent is going to generate 5 important questions regarding the job title that our candidate has selected, okay? And as the AI agent is going to generate the 5 important questions regarding the role, automatically a draft is going to be created in my Gmail account for that candidate so that we can review it and send it by ourselves, okay? So in this manner, you can also create an AI agent to automate the job interview questions with Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.